All right, guys, what's up? Fantasy football friends here.
Triple F.
Triple F, as Side-Eye likes to say. Um, so I'm 3 games back on the year. We're doing our game preview, so you know what that means. That means it's
Time to make up
my
some
time to
ground.
make up some ground. Hopefully, there's a little bit better matchups as we go through this. That last week seemed pretty obvious.
Right.
Most of the picks.
And yet, we both did pretty well. We both were 66% or better on our picks, so
Yeah, we both did really well.
good stuff there for sure.
So we're just gonna get into basically the games and whatever news you want to do.
Yeah, I'll start off with the Jacksonville-New Orleans game, guys. So Derek Carr's practicing in full. Good stuff for him. Good stuff for all around that offense. It hasn't been exactly what we've seen, but maybe a home game here. I know Jacksonville's a pretty solid squad on defense. Maybe, though, fully healthy, Carr finally, 3 weeks removed from that injury. Hopefully we can see them get something rolling, put up, 3-4 touchdowns type of deal, scored, 25 points or more is what I'm hoping for. On Jacksonville's side of things, we got Zay Jones is out, so I really like Ridley and Kirk, obviously, in this game. Obviously, it opens up more for Evan Ingram there at the tight end position, who has been arguably the most consistent tight end of the season so far. Also, I want to mention Jamal Williams for New Orleans is possibly coming back. He's been limited in practice this week. Going to be interesting to see how they divide the work between Kamara, Williams, and Kendre Miller, because Kendre Miller's been pretty solid for them. Kamara's obviously been the lead guy. He's gotten insane amount of touches so far. So we know the type of back Jamal Williams is, but it'll just be interesting if – I don't know who it'll affect the most, because it's like Williams, will he play, between the – in the red zone where Kamara plays between the 20s, and then where does Miller fit in? So that's my – as a Kamara owner, that's what I'm most concerned about, and that's where I think things will head.
I feel like Jamal will get some of the goal line work. That's probably one of the main reasons they brought him in.
Right.
And then Kendre will probably get, 4 or 5 snaps a game, just when Kamara needs rest.
Yeah, because the one thing with Williams and Kamara is Kamara's the obvious passing back. And he's the pass protection back also, so he's kind of a lock-in for third down. So I like that for Kamara. I think Kamara's – I don't think he's going to – I don't think his floor is going to be affected all that much.
Mm-hmm.
It's just going to be, is he going to, he's not going to see 20 touches a game.
Right.
But I don't see that receiving work going anywhere.
Yeah, it's locked.
All right. We're just going to start with a really, really solid game here. Going to Chicago. We got Vegas visiting. Justin Fields, guys. So, yeah, getting to our news here. Justin Fields is doubtful this week. I'm considering him as not playing. I'm a Justin Fields owner. I picked up Derek Carr. Unfortunately, a lot of buys this week, so streaming QBs is going to be a struggle. You got 6 teams on bye, so you got some pretty good quarterbacks on bye too. So a tough week there. But Justin Fields is doubtful right now. Dislocated that thumb. But starting with Vegas, a guy I want to touch on a lot, I think we should touch on is Michael Mayer. I think I think he should be in your lineup this week, unless you have a guy such as Sam Laporta, Mark Andrews, Travis Kelce, something like that. Going against a poor Chicago defense like this, I think it's a perfect opportunity for him to keep up the momentum he has built for himself.
Ride the wave there.
Yes, sir. And same with Jacoby Myers. Obviously, we're all looking for a Devontae Adams bounce back game. That's what we all really want to see. Obviously, that's what we're all looking for. So hopefully we see it this game. But him and Myers can coexist. We've seen that happen. I'm not worried about either of them eating into each other. That seems to be the only 2 players that Jimmy G targets right now. Obviously, with
Josh Jacobs a little bit.
Yeah.
But from the wide receiver.
From the wide receiver, those are the only 2 guys, which is, I guess, good for fantasy. Gives you clarity.
Kind of like a little bit of a Ayuk, Debo,
right.
Kittle situation there.
Right. Absolutely.
With Myers to, get a little bit of work.
Yeah. So, and I want to highlight Josh Jacobs. Kind of mentioned him yesterday, I believe, talking about his little bounce back. But he's done much better. His efficiency is still kind of low, but just playing on that Raiders offense, it's I can understand, Josh. It's hard to be efficient on such a team, but I think, as you just said, Carter, the targets and the receptions and the yardage, the usage in the receiving game has been huge for him. He leads. I'm looking at it right now. He leads he leads running backs in targets, which is, I mean, that's as good as it gets. And he's third in receptions. He's first in yardage in receiving. Hasn't found the end zone, but you'd like to think that that's bound to happen. He's fourth in snap share, and he is second in opportunity share.
Yeah,
so
he's the workhorse.
I mean, it might not be pretty, but yes, he's continuing his. You and I before the season were like, Zamir White is probably going to find some way into this offense, maybe with how McDaniels likes to run his running backs, but it's just continued. So I like Josh Jacobs a lot moving forward in the season, regardless of what his matchups might be, regardless of how things look, the efficiency, everything I just said. I'm liking out of Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, you have to start him every week. Cause a workhorse like that, especially in the running back.
He's third in attempts also, on rushing attempts.
Yeah, that's good too.
And the touchdowns he only has 2 total touchdowns. So it has to come.
Yeah, just the running back landscape right now. If you have a workhorse like Josh Jacobs, it doesn't matter the matchup. Like he's in your lineup.
Yeah, you got to run him. So that kind of wraps up Oakland side of things. This is going to be a quick one. Chicago, it's bleak this week with the backup quarterback in. Presumably, I'm under the assumption that that's what's happening. Khalil Herbert's on IR, obviously. Roshan Johnson, have not heard much on him recently. Check real quick. Obviously, if he's playing, remains in concussion protocol. So Deontay Foreman should see a lot of work, I would think, with a backup quarterback in there. That's probably going to be their identity this week. That's what we usually tend to see with backup quarterbacks, is the team likes to run the ball a lot. So I like Deontay Foreman this week. The Raiders don't have a great run defense. We saw Zeke and Ramondre both have a touchdown and average over 4 yards a carry on them, which we haven't seen out of those running backs thus far into the season. So I think that's very good for a hard runner like Deontay Foreman. And then, so we kind of talked about this before. You're starting DJ Moore, right? Like that's how you have him.
If I had DJ Moore, I would be starting him.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Like I have in one of my other leagues, not our league, but just like a league I did for fun.
Yeah.
I'm starting DJ Moore this week.
Okay.
For sure.
Gotcha. So you heard that, guys. I don't like Cole Kmet this week. Maybe with the backup quarterback, we tend to think that they check down to tight ends is something. It's like I'm even on the fence with DJ Moore. So Cole Kmet's kind of a roll the dice type of thing. As we always like to say on the show, we're talking about the tight end position here. So that wraps up things for that, guys.
Just a random kid. What's up, brother?
What's up?
Running it back.
Yes, sir. Glad to have you back. I'm rolling with Vegas here, man. I'm not even gonna ask you first.
Wow.
I just think
I feel like a burden's been lifted off my shoulders.
I'm taking initiative. I think it's too obvious.
Vegas versus the Bears. I'm gonna roll with Vegas here too. Jimmy G's that guy, as I said.
Gosh. And I knew where you were going. Moving to our next game, we got a very interesting one here. And also some news to catch up on with this one. So Cleveland's coming into Indianapolis. Deshaun Watson has said himself that his timetable is, yes, Kyron Williams is out.
Yep, he's out.
Yes.
Probably for
he's out multiple weeks. Yeah, we just read that actually. So
yeah,
Zach Evans is certainly a great waiver guy. We kind of touched on that last night. I like Zach Evans personally. Considering he was already on the active roster, I think that speaks volumes comparing him to Darrell Henderson, Myles Gaskin, and Royce Freeman. So I think that's something to take note of. But Cleveland at Indianapolis, Deshaun Watson has said his timetable. He doesn't even know. He's uncertain about it. So I would assume P.J. Walker is starting again this week. This is going to be a gritty game. This is going to be a really tight game. We got 2 backup quarterbacks, although Minshew's a solid guy. I like him. He's going to be in season long, obviously, with Richardson undergoing surgery, out for the season. So I like both defenses in this matchup. What's your outlook on these running backs? Because Kareem Hunt did not practice today.
Yeah. I think that it's going to be tough to play JT or Zach Moss at this moment. One, because the matchup against the Browns. They've only given up, like, I was just looking at it, like, barely over 1,000 yards on the season over 6 games, which is pretty solid. I don't believe they've had their bye yet.
Who?
The Browns.
Yeah, they had it week 5.
They have?
Yeah.
Okay, so that might, be a little bit. But anyways, they're one of the best defenses in the NFL. So just doing anything against them is pretty tough. JT's hard to play because you know how good he is, but just because of how good Zach Moss has been, and then Zach Moss has been so good, but JT's going to start taking away some of his snaps.
Right.
So for me, it's just hard to play either one of them. It's also hard not to play JT right now. As I said, the running back landscape with all the injuries, all the uncertainty about, CMC, if you're like a CMC owner or something like that. It's tough, so you're probably going to play JT. I think you can. Kareem Hunt, I wouldn't go ahead and play yet. I think I picked him up in our league and our league of record. I think that he is someone that I'm going to just keep an eye on and be happy that I'm keeping an eye on him on my bench just in case. And then Jerome Ford, I think you can play Jerome Ford if you need to, if you're in a crunch. So overall, Zach Moss, flex if you have to. JT, I think you can play at RB2.
I would start JT this week. I think the script flips a little bit here.
They were right about 50-50 last week.
Which is kind of what we said is it's going to go 50-50, and then JT should take the majority of snaps. Now, how much of a majority that's going to be is what we're going to have to wait.
I feel like around like 65 is what we could. Because, dude, Zach Moss has been a beast.
Yeah.
And then, so Zach Moss, flex if you have to. JT, I think you can start. Just, Cleveland has a good defense, so don't get down on him this week if he doesn't have a great week, even if he does get snaps. That's Ford out. Hunt, I would sit. Ford, flex if you have to.
Flex, yeah. I want to say about Amari Cooper.
I'd rather pivot to a wide receiver in that position.
Okay.
Definitely is someone to buy right now. My brother has him. I might buy low. Ball him, and I got a trade for Aaron Jones for Collins because I want to see if he does well versus Broncos, and I already have a lot of wide receiver power, and nobody wants Collins. Each hurts, he's super good. Nobody wants Collins. Yeah, I think that you definitely go trade Aaron Jones for Nico Collins if you have wide receiver depth.
Yeah, I don't mind that. You're taking a shot on a stud guy.
Yeah, you're definitely I think at full power, Aaron Jones has more value just being the running back. I think they're kind of similar, talent-wise and output-wise, but just having a valuable running back means a lot.
Yeah, and if there's ever been a game to see if someone can get right,
Broncos.
It's definitely Broncos.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, as I was saying about Amari Cooper, the Colts are about middle. They're 19th in points allowed to receivers. So I don't mind Amari Cooper. He had a pretty efficient game last week on 4 catches. It's gonna have to be that type of week for him because just playing with the backup quarterback. But he is the number 1. He is slightly hampered, I believe. So keep an eye on that. But I like Amari Cooper. It's kind of hard to sit Amari Cooper. He seems to always get it done. So a guy that we both love. On Indy's side of things, this is a really good Cleveland defense. Mm-hmm. I'm not starting Minshew, but
I'm starting Pittman.
I was gonna say you got to roll with Pittman, and I might if I have Josh Downs.
I think you can
if you're with buys and stuff, I don't mind either of those receivers at all.
Dude, Josh Downs when Minshew's in the game does look like an elite play.
Right. Yeah.
Also, I think you were saying buy low for Kyron. I like it.
I like it too.
If you want to buy low on Kyron.
Same kind of situation as Justin Jefferson.
Mm-hmm.
Guy's out for a few weeks. If he's on a struggling team, go ahead and buy low. Give the guy some solid pickups.
Yeah.
I like both defenses in this game, the Cleveland Indy game. As I said, where are you going with this one?
Cleveland Indy. I'm rolling.
Also, do you think Jonathan Taylor scores a touchdown? I just want to ask.
Oh, I already did my touchdown lock of the week. So.
Do you think he scores a touchdown or not? Who was your touchdown lock?
It was someone pretty weak. I think it was Was it Olave?
Nah, I don't think it was someone funny.
No, yeah, it wasn't Olave.
I don't know.
Oh, Taysom Hill, I think.
It
Was
was. No, I don't know. We'll have to go back and watch.
I've done Taysom Hill. I don't think it was yesterday. Who was it? Because we only talked. No, I guess we did talk about every
We talked about
game,
every
so it
game.
could be anyone.
I'm going with Indy here. I think Jonathan Taylor's going to score a touchdown. He's
Okay.
getting a touchdown. See, just random kid knows.
JT for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
You want Cleveland or Indy? It's in Indy.
I'm gonna roll with Cleveland here.
This is definitely a 50-50
Yeah,
game.
I'm gonna roll
This
with
is
Cleveland.
going to be a good one. I'm
Cleveland's
excited to see
fucking
how this.
solid.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how this game plays out because these are two teams that are like. I mean, I won't say Cleveland's overperforming, but for them to win that game last week and then
Definitely.
now they're what 3-2, or
Yeah.
into week 7 3-2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So and then Indy's 3-2 also, I believe, or 3-3,
3-3.
3-3. So two teams that are doing a little better than we both
Kind of
expected.
over-
So
I think Cleveland's definitely overperforming, but I'm riding that high, man.
yeah, I'm a low key Indy fan, so I gotta own it. So moving to New England guys, so Boston.
I'm gonna just say now I'm going with Buffalo here.
Okay, yeah, I'll put it in after we talk, but yeah, both of us are going with that. So Buffalo coming into New England. Josh Allen's a little hampered, but I like him in this matchup. I like Diggs. Diggs is a guy we were just talking about. I gotta give him his prop. Like, dude, he's going nuts this year.
Mhm.
Like he's, and I feel like he does it every year.
There were talks about in preseason, like putting in extra work this offseason and taking like a bigger step up, like in the locker room, like as a vocal leader.
Huh.
And I think we're just seeing like he's putting in a little bit of extra work and like taking another
Bro.
step up in his game.
He has 5 of 6 games over 100 yards. The one game he didn't, he still had 7 for 66, and he has 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, I think he's taking
Gosh.
yet another step.
Yeah, that's nuts, bro. Bills defense was looking iffy. Yeah, I mean, that was just a weird game against the Giants.
Mhm.
I don't think any of us expected it to be that close. Obviously, they do have a lot of injuries with Trey White out, Matt Milano out. I feel like there's another guy I'm missing, but yeah, so it's something to watch. But playing the Patriots offense, I'm not too concerned about it. So I'll ask you this: with Bill Belichick being Bill Belichick,
Yeah.
probably keying in on Stephon, is Gabe Davis in play here?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay,
For sure.
I would tend to agree.
Yeah, that's a good point. That, Stephon might have a little bit lesser of a game. I think James Cook too is a really good.
Yes, I like James Cook this week. I do like that. So, yeah, I like that. I don't like either of the tight ends still. That's just so wishy-washy.
Mm-hmm.
We say this every week. But, yeah, great point on James Cook there. I think James Cook is a great play. Stephon, he's in your lineup, dude. He's too good not to be.
Right.
He always seems to do really well, if my memory serves me correctly, against the Patriots. But I do like Gabe Davis here. I'd like to see a solid game out of him. I'd like to see double digits out of him.
I think he's a good upside flex.
Yeah. So, moving to New England.
I'm gonna say Gabe David getting the TD. All right. So he's got JT and Gabe.
JT and Gabe. Random kids. We should have
Let's
him
cook
doing
it up.
the
We should,
touchdown
you
guarantees.
know how fantasy like FanDuels will have like their like Gronk's parlay, like
Yeah.
Randall's parlay.
Just a random kids
Yeah,
parlay.
we're about to-
Just a random kids touchdown parlay.
Yeah.
That'd be
It's
sick.
like one
That'd be
from every
sick.
game and it hits.
That'd be sick.
JT and Gabe Davis, I do like that.
I do like that. I do. So I'll be quick with New England. I don't think like Mac Jones is not on the radar at all. Ramondre, what's your thought? Because Buffalo's run defense is not great.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously, I guess it's kind of obvious to say he's in your lineup, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's in your lineup. So the Bills have allowed the 11th most points to running backs so far per game. So
3.12 in PPR
Yeah.
leagues.
yeah, so 12th actually, my mistake. But yeah, so they've allowed the fifth most yardage but they've only allowed 4 rushing touchdowns, which has helped their case. Let's see how they do. So they have a lot of targets out of the backfield, a lot of receptions out of the backfield, which plays to Ramondre's strengths. So I think Ramondre's going to have a solid game. I think we see him with about 15 points. I can see 4 or 5 receptions in there, probably 80 total yards, and then maybe a touchdown.
Yeah,
So.
we saw 2 weeks ago after the loss, Bill Belichick was like, we're just going to scrap it and start over.
Right.
Next week, Ramondre has, a big game.
Solid game,
I think that was one of the reasons I was trading for Ramondre, just because that they're kind of reworking that offense. And obviously, Ramondre's going to be a big part of that.
Yeah. So Kendrick Bourne had 10 receptions for 89 yards last week. He's a guy that seems to me, I would be biased for every Texans player. Hey, shout out Nico Collins, though. I've had him every year in fantasy this far, and it's finally paying off. Yeah. I've seen it. I've had the vision. But Kendrick Bourne, he seems to always have these games where he pops off, and then the next week they just totally abandon him in the play designs. I don't know why, because he's always been a talented receiver ever since he was with San Fran. But I feel like he should be picked up in your league. It's just hard to say start him because it's New England's offense. I just don't trust it.
Right.
So Ramondre's the only guy on my fantasy radar in that realm. Both of us are going with Buffalo.
Hunter?
I don't even have to ask. Hunter Henry has had 2 awful games back to back, which means he's probably due.
Yeah, I mean, this is obvious. This is what Hunter Henry does.
This is obvious.
It was to me. I was telling people to sit him after week 1. Obviously, that wasn't good. But
he had 2 or 3 good weeks after that, and then his last 2 weeks have been bad.
He's a good tight end, and just he gets forgotten throughout the season, and then he'll have games. So whatever.
Moving to my Redskins, baby. I can't get too hyped though.
You should win this game.
No, stop. Going against the Giants in the Big Blue Apple, as Carter would say. I'm trying not to get hyped because this is a game we get back on top above 500, baby. I hope. Antonio Gibson breakout game. No, but Sam Howell's a start. McLaurin's a start. Brian Robinson's obviously a start. Giants are one of the worst teams against running backs. I just hope we have a solid game. It would be very pleasing just to see us play a clean, solid, dominant game. Win 27 to 14 or something, 27 to 17, something like that.
I wouldn't count on it.
No,
just because of how the NFL this whole year has just been a bunch of really close games.
Right.
McLaurin start going stupid.
Yeah, McLaurin's gonna go dumb.
That's what
McLaurin's gonna go dumb.
Yeah.
Just a random kid. You're on a good one tonight. That's for sure.
He's on a tear.
You should have done the podcast by yourself, bro. Just
hand
told you to record it, giving you the password and everything to the channel, bro. Let you record the thing. But on New York, I really like Wan'Dale Robinson, a guy I've highlighted for 2 or 3 weeks now, guys. He should be picked up. If he's not, please, please, please go pick up Wan'Dale Robinson. He has been really solid the last few weeks. Washington, we know, is not good against receivers whatsoever. We've seen plenty of players just going off against them. So I really like Wan'Dale this week. I want to pull up some Wan'Dale stats. What did I just type in? Is that not how you spell Wan'Dale?
Nah, there's an apostrophe in there somewhere. Just say Robinson, bro.
There's 20 Robinsons. Not that many, actually. So, yeah, I mean, the stats aren't crazy, but he had his best game last week. He's had a lot of targets, though, I will say, and they do use him on, rushing plays every now and then. So, I really like Wan'Dale. I think he's the most talented receiver on that roster outside of Darren Waller. But I really like Wan'Dale against Washington this week. I think he's going to be a great play. I think he's a very sneaky flex play. He's probably going to be my sleeper of the week at the receiver position. I really like him. I'm just saying that now so you can't steal him. So I'm still new to football, though, and Barkley might get a touchdown run. Hopefully not, though. You playing Barkley this week, random kid? You playing against him? I mean, we typically bottle up Barkley, actually, historically speaking. The last 2 seasons. I know we did last season because I had Barkley and I'm also a Washington fan, so clearly was keying in on that. But Barkley's he's a play just because of his volume.
Mm-hmm.
Waller's a play. Wandale's a play, in my opinion. Daniel Jones is practicing right now, so that's good for the Giants overall to have. If they can have him and Saquon back finally, that'll be very helpful, along with their left tackle, Andrew Thomas. That would be a big boost to that team. Playing Justin Pugh, offensive guard at offensive tackle, who just came off the couch in 2 weeks for them, which is crazy. So it tells you where that offensive line is at. So I'll say it again. Saquon, Waller, Wandale, start all of them. I like them this week.
Ooh, Wandale start. Okay.
Wandale's a start in my opinion. I mean, obviously a flex, but I think he's in your lineup.
I'll let you stay with that one. That is your call.
I think he's gonna be a good play this week.
That is Max's take on Wandale.
That's my take.
My friend is playing against him. He's rebuilding because
Jefferson's out. Yeah.
Unlucky.
Tell him to pick up Wandale.
Tell him to pick up Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, but he needs a receiver. Jefferson's out.
Flex.
Who you going with? You know where
I'm just kidding, guys. Don't play Kareem Hunt this week. I'm going with. You went with Washington?
Please split me.
Nah, I'm gonna go Washington.
That would have been an easy dub.
I'm not gonna put my faith in the Giants.
Your comeback on the Giants?
Are you kidding me?
All right. Moving to Tampa Bay.
Although every time we pick Washington, I think they lose. I don't know if I've been right on Washington once.
Hold on. That's a very good point. I gotta see this. I gotta just put my eyes on this. Because I definitely remember our picks. Or I can pull up our picks also.
Yeah.
Oh, we definitely picked them week 1 against Arizona. Yeah, we both picked them. You picked them. You picked Denver when they played Washington. I picked Washington. Week 3. Who did they play? Oh, they played the Bills. Yeah, we both picked the Bills. We were right on that. Week 4.
Okay, so just the last 2 weeks.
Who did they play? Yeah, they played Philly week 4. We both picked Philly.
Okay, it's just last week.
Yeah, week 5 we were wrong. And yeah,
Week 6 we were wrong.
week 6 we were
So
wrong.
they've been the bane of my existence. Half the time I'm right on them, half the time I'm wrong. So
Yeah.
I might as well just go with them.
Yep.
Just to keep it even. I don't want to lose any ground right now.
All right.
If it comes to the later parts of the week, later weeks, and I'm still down, I would
You have
definitely
to
roll
pull
with the Giants here.
some crazy stuff.
Yeah. I'll
Moving-
probably go with next matchup, whoever loses this one.
Yeah. So this is upcoming. This is an interesting game to me. Atlanta at Tampa Bay. I think this is a game where these two teams really want to prove themselves, or at least prove to themselves who they are.
Or at least prove to me.
Yeah.
And
Prove
you.
to someone.
Prove to us.
They got to prove something to someone about
I
who
want
they
to see
are.
something, guys.
Yeah, because Atlanta's 3-3 now.
Falcons winning that
Falcons
game.
winning.
in Cincinnati.
Ooh, random kid. We might disagree on this one. Not to ruin our picks soon or anything. But
I'm a low-key Falcons fan.
you are.
Mm-hmm.
So the Falcons are 3-3. Tampa Bay is 3-2 now. Obviously had the bye week 5. Tampa Bay's interesting. This is 2 really good defenses.
Yeah.
Overlooked defenses, in my opinion. We highlighted that yesterday with Atlanta, I know for sure. So I do like, obviously you're playing Bijan. I like Drake London to keep rolling. I think there's no reason he doesn't. I think they've kind of found that, hey, like this is our guy. Like this is where this guy, like bro, he was the number 4 pick last year, I believe. Or he was the first receiver drafted, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. No, he was drafted 8th, but yes, he was the first wide receiver drafted. So it's like, you gotta freaking use him, dude.
They have been.
They have been.
figuring it
Last
out.
3 weeks, he's been doing pretty well.
Just hand the reins over to Desmond Ritter. It's some work.
So I like Bijan. I like London. Now, what's your outlook on Mr. Tight End Bust of the Year?
Kyle Pitts.
You know. So let's see how Tampa
Let me
Bay
think this
ranks up against tight ends. So Tampa Bay is not very good, but they're like slightly above middle of the pack against tight ends. They're 13th best against tight ends. So
If they're good against tight ends, it's not.
they're allowing 9 points against tight ends.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good from their standpoint.
I'm playing Bijan, and I hope he gets locked.
So he's playing against them.
Yeah.
I mean, this is if there's a week to play against Bijan. If not last week, it's this week.
Yeah, Bucks have a really solid defense.
Bucks defense solid all around.
I do.
Are you starting Kyle Pitts? I'll say that. I don't care if you like him or not.
No.
Are you starting him?
Am I starting him?
Yeah.
Am I personally starting for Kyle Pitts?
Yes.
I could never do that.
I'd have to ride him.
If he was on my
Pause.
waiver wire right now, and I could start Kyle Pitts or Jake Ferguson this week on a bye, I would start Jake Ferguson on the bye. I'll just put it that way.
In that scenario, guys, I'm starting Kyle Pitts. I'm telling you all in that scenario to start Kyle Pitts. I don't know, man. You got to ride the wave right now, I feel like, until he burns you again. Like, he's done well the last 2 weeks.
All right, here's your question. Would you rather start Kyle Pitts or Jonnu Smith this week?
Kyle Pitts. I'm going Kyle Pitts.
Over Jonnu?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm a Jonnu guy. I've liked Jonnu for a while because I've had him a few years, but I got to go with Kyle Pitts. I'm getting reeled in. And I'll probably come on here next week and say Kyle Pitts should not be in your lineup.
I feel like he's going to burn me again.
Yeah. But, I mean, I like him. It's the tight end position, guys, as we like to say on the show. So, Tampa Bay, I'm not starting Baker. I think he might have a solid game, but I think he has something where it's like 230 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick, something like that. Not a great game, not a terrible game. This is just a good Atlanta defense. I think this game is going to be like 17-13. Something like that. I think it's gonna be. I don't think anyone scores over 20 points.
I don't know why I'm feeling shootout in this.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see it. I'd like to.
Smith is
Supposed
very
to
good,
good,
but
Pitts should.
Pitts
do.
should-
Yeah. Yeah. I mean that's how everyone feels, bro. Everyone's waiting for that. Tampa Bay though, you're starting both those receivers, Evans and Godwin, as good as the secondary has been for Atlanta. You're starting both of them just because Baker has shown that he can support both of them. So I like both of them. Rashad White is going to see tough sledding. He's had a tough year. Keyshawn Vaughn last week ate into his share, which is going to be interesting moving forward. I mean, you and I both liked Rashad White coming in. We both think of him as a talented back. That running game overall, like Keyshawn Vaughn came in and had one less carry than him, but he also averaged like less than 2 yards a carry.
Yeah.
So, it's not like he came in and did better than him and just like, oh, you might overtake him. Or, like, Rashad White's still the guy.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, and he has great receiving chops.
Yeah.
So, we know that. You're
Mm-hmm.
great. So, yeah, guys. Those are guys you should be starting sitting. That's how we feel. Are you homing it? Are you homing it?
This whole time you've been talking about thinking about who I'm going to pick.
You're going first.
Where's it at?
It's in Tampa Bay.
It's in Tampa Bay.
Desmond Ritter doesn't like playing away. I will say that.
I'm going to take...
I'll put my pick in.
Alright, don't show. I can't see it either. I don't want to see it. Because in this situation, I'd like just to keep it even. On a game I don't know about. But I could come back. So, I feel like you picked Tampa Bay.
Or you get fortune dollar?
I just have that feeling. So I'll go with...
What's your strategic
I'm going to roll with Atlanta.
That's an easy dub, baby. Huh? Who said that?
I knew you picked Tampa Bay. Bro.
Moving to our next game.
Atlanta's got this one.
Not a chance. Moving to our next game. Detroit is going to Baltimore. I think this is the game of the week. Maybe Miami and Philly.
Chargers, KC.
Yeah, those are both going to be good.
It's just a big game for the Chargers, and they're, I don't know.
Y'all would be what, 2-4? Or no? What are
If we
y'all?
lose, we're 2-3 right now. So yeah, like this is actually kind of a must-win game.
That's crazy. Cause bro, the Raiders are 3-3.
Yeah, and
And they play Chicago. They could be 4-3 after this week.
Yeah, and they have Jimmy G. So like, we gotta compete somehow, bro. I saw the most depressing. Okay, we're not talking about this game yet, but I do want to bring this up. I saw the most depressing picture I've ever seen in my life. I sent it to Buddy. Like, bro, we're stuck in the Matrix right now. So
Chargers
Rivers'
stats.
last 54 games with Los Angeles and Herbert's
way.
first 54. Both 27 and 27. Rivers passing yards per game 276.6. Herbert 285.6. Passing touchdowns 96 to 103. Passer rating 94.5 to 96.7. We're literally just stuck in a time loop, bro. Like nothing's changed. Like I don't know.
That's crazy. Yeah, random kid. I'd like to think that too, bro. And then again, that's what we all thought about the Dallas Chargers game. But Casey's defense is for real.
Yeah.
And their offense has been sputtering a little bit, but who knows? I mean, on paper, you'd think it's a
I'm thinking shootout.
big boom game. But
I'm thinking
all right,
shootout.
getting back to Detroit and Baltimore, I think this is the game of the week in my opinion. Two teams that I'm really interested on to see where they're at. Obviously, Detroit 5-1, Baltimore 4-2. I like Goff, even though Baltimore has a pretty solid defense. I do like Jared Goff here. I just he's been a beast. Now Baltimore does allow 9.7 points against quarterbacks, but granted they've played Dorian Thompson, they've played Kenny Pickett. Like it hasn't been a crazy, they haven't had to do much. But still props to them, obviously. But I think this Goff-led offense is really good. I love Amon-Ra. I like Jameson Williams. Credit to you on Jameson Williams. You said him first before I did. Gibbs is trending towards playing. Dan Campbell said that he's on track to play, so that's good. Monty's obviously not going to play this week. So if Gibbs plays, that's really, really big for him. Craig Reynolds is still going to get solid burn on those, short yardage type of stuff. Could see him coming at the goal line. So I think the main guys in Detroit are starting in your lineup. Laporta's going to be interesting because Baltimore has the best defense against tight ends. So it's gonna be interesting to see how that plays out because Laporta's a guy that he absorbs targets. Yeah, 11 targets last week and only 4. Yeah, I think he's a mainstay in this offense.
Yeah,
I'm not worried about him. He's in my lineup. I know that for sure. So yeah, I like those guys on Baltimore's side of things. You're obviously starting Lamar. No Lions winning, even if Laporta's questionable. I hope he gets me at least 7 points. Yeah.
I think he's a lock for 7 points.
Yeah, I do see he's dealing with that calf injury, so good point. Just random kid. But yeah, I don't think there's no way he doesn't. Like,
right. If
he's
he plays, he gets 7 points.
Yeah. So I like Lamar in this. He's gonna be as dynamic as ever, playing at home too. I'm not a huge fan of Gus Edwards or Justice Hill here. Detroit's run defense is like top 3 in the league right now. So I don't like starting either of them. They should both be on your bench, in my opinion.
Least rushing yards in the league.
Yeah.
3.3 yards per attempt. That's awful.
Yep.
Jameson is gonna do fine.
So where are they? I'm interested to see where they're at in attempts.
Like bottom 4.
Fourth to last. Yeah. So teams are not running the ball against them either.
Yeah.
Lamar's obviously gonna run.
Eagles, Browns, and Bucks.
Yeah. So that sounds about right.
Yeah.
And then Niners, Seahawks. Yeah. That's interesting. The Chargers they're like, wow.
We were stuffing up there on
You were.
Or Monday.
Yeah. So, getting back to Baltimore, I love Zay Flowers season long, guys. I'm huge on Zay Flowers. Like I think he's a lock. I'm going to declare this right now. Zay Flowers season long is a lineup lock in my opinion. His target share is insane. He just got his first touchdown. He's going to get more. I think he'll finish with like 5 or 6 touchdowns on the season. And if you do the math, I mean, we have 12 more games to play, something like that. 11 more games to play. 10 more games? 11 more games because we're in week 7. Yeah, so 11 more games to play. I think he's gonna be really good. I see him as a 1,000-yard receiver, close to 100 balls caught. I really like him. I think he's a lineup lock, no doubt about it. And the Mark Andrews, you're obviously starting. None of those other receivers to me are on my radar right now. I don't know how you feel about.
Nah.
Yeah, Bateman.
Nope.
Odell.
Nope.
Yeah, so that's a pretty easy one, guys, of who's starting, who's out of your lineup.
I would see. I found it interesting because I think Jared Goff will be my bust of the week. Just because
I can see it.
His home away split is almost as like consistent as like who was it, Ben Roethlisberger 3 years ago, when his home away split was just ridiculous. That's how Jared Goff has been with the Lions so far. He has had a couple good games away, but
he had a good game against
just
the
a
Panthers
really
a few
tough
weeks ago.
matchup against Baltimore away from home. He's probably gonna be my bust this week.
Yeah.
But other than that, I agree with everything you said.
Like, and I don't think he's gonna necessarily have like a poor game. I just don't think he's gonna have I do think there's a space where he doesn't have a good statistical game.
Yeah,
Like, 240 yards and only like one touchdown or something like that. I can totally see that. Where are you leaning? I know where I'm going with this.
I do too. I'm going with Baltimore.
I do want to go with Baltimore, but
Yeah, Jameson's got to start catching balls, man.
I do think Baltimore has the torch here. I do think it's gonna be
Did have that huge touchdown last week, so
Yeah.
I mean, Jameson Williams is pretty hype. Especially if he can start taking more Josh Reynolds role. Like, just with targets.
Yeah.
It'd be nice.
Gosh, this is a hard one actually.
This is a really hard
I
one.
want to something tells me, my gut tells me Baltimore, and you always go with your gut, and I'm gonna be like an idiot.
Yeah, I
But,
go with
like-
my gut every time, and I'm 3 games down right now. So.
But the Lions are just like
Well, also I don't because I picked the
Lions are-
Chargers last week.
the Lions are so good in all phases.
Close game, but
Well,
I
and we
think
picked New
Detroit could
Orleans.
get that win.
Yeah,
So we got one for Detroit, one for Baltimore.
I'm the split decision.
You're the deal breaker.
Just a random kid. If you would have gone with Baltimore, bro, I would just gone with Baltimore. Just make it a group effort. Jeez, man, I'm sitting on this for a minute. Detroit or Baltimore? Baltimore's probably favored by like 1.5. Jeez. I was go with Detroit. I say we go split here. I like Detroit. I've been going with them all season. Yeah, look at what that is. I'll move to our next game. So, Steelers and Rams in LA. Pittsburgh coming off the bye. Gonna be an interesting week. I think Deontay Johnson is coming back. That's very intriguing for this offense. We spoke about that a little bit yesterday for you guys.
Baltimore at -3. 42.5 over under. Wow. -3 seems pretty large.
Yeah. Just Tucker field goal. So, yeah, Deontay Johnson's practicing in full right now. That's going to be huge for this offense. You and I said that both yesterday. I think that's huge for this offense if he comes back, opens things up, makes things easier for Pickens, Najee Harris, Jalen Warren, Kenny Pickett.
Big
Side
up.
big triple F, bro. Big triple F. That's tough. That's tough.
We're doing our game predictions right now in the middle of it. Me and just a random kid went with
Baltimore.
I think he went with Lions.
He went to
right?
Lions. He did.
So we got 2 for the Lions.
You're on
Baltimore's
the lone
side.
island. Yeah,
let us know what you think about that one.
Yeah, Side-Eye. Let us know what you think about Baltimore, Detroit. You just missed me sitting here for about 3 minutes trying to figure out who I was going with.
Dang, it's 50-50. Hopefully it ain't a snooze fest like the Tennessee.
Facts.
Yeah.
Nah, I think it'll be an exciting. Even if it's a lower scoring game, I think it's gonna be an exciting game. Just these two teams. These are 2 good teams.
I'm not gonna lie. The only exciting overseas game this year was the Bills.
Bills Jacksonville
Because they had that comeback opportunity that was pretty hype.
So Pittsburgh and Rams, as I was saying, Deontay Johnson, that's gonna be huge for this offense. I think that's gonna boost everyone on that offense.
Yep.
So it's gonna be really interesting to see. I think Deontay Johnson, arguably, he's practicing full. I honestly would have no issue with him being slotted in your line. Side-Eye's a Ravens fan.
Let's go.
All right.
Let's
So
go.
so
It's Mark
Side-Eye,
Andrews
you
this week. It's Mark Andrews.
Side-Eye, how you feeling about Laporta this week, bro? A little bit of a clash in desires there.
Yeah,
Let me know. Clash of interest. So, but What do you think about playing Deontay this week?
Yeah,
He's
I
practicing
would
in
flex
full.
him.
Yeah,
flex him.
I'm hype on him
I
coming
think you
back.
could even wide receiver to him. I was watching the W.
That's all right, bro. Props to you. They
You
need
do.
some support.
Yeah, bro. We need people like they need people like
Yeah.
you and others that watch WNBA.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever watched the WNBA.
I actually, dude, when I happen to watch it, I actually like don't mind it at all.
I feel like it's like a better version of like men playing at the rec.
Yeah.
Like,
I
'cause,
mean,
like we're not gonna be going out and dunking at the rec.
right.
But you know, like we drive and make bounce passes
Yeah.
to the center and like.
No,
equal
it's
layup.
you see fundamentals, and then
It's all fundamental.
like some of the shooting's good, like, and then when some of the players out there are playing like dudes, and it's like, okay, like I can sit here and watch. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
I've
it's
actually, I don't know. I feel like every time I've ever watched it, I don't really mind it because you also don't get as much of the theatrics we see in the NBA, if
That's
that
true.
makes sense.
Bro, you see that Iowa's first game,
Hmm.
Caitlin Clark.
What'd she do?
Bro, they put it in a football stadium. They had 52,000 people in attendance.
Dang.
52,000
Yeah, that's
to
insane.
watch Iowa basketball. I say Rams can win it, and hopefully Nakua's bounce back.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just went on WNBA.
We did. So,
That's
Sada
why
said that's why
I
I'm
have
here.
news
He's
about
like-
Laporta being on my roster for the future. Wait,
Yeah.
what? Did you traded him?
Side eye.
He must have traded him.
Side eye.
Wait, we did say Laporta and
Oh, we
Olave
did.
for.
Did you make a
He must have gone up with that trade.
Oh, not breaking up with Sam.
I like it, bro.
Oh.
I remember it was a nasty
It
play.
was. It
like
was.
Jamar Chase or something like
Something
that.
crazy.
I say Rams can win it, and hopefully Nicholas
Yeah.
bounce back game. Yeah,
Same here, bro. I have Nakua.
I like Nakua. I think this will be like.
Bro, Nakua still had, what was it, 11 targets last week or something? 9
Yeah.
targets, and Cooper had 12 or something like that. They
Yeah.
accounted for 75% of Stafford's throws, which is insane. I'm going to say I don't like Najee here. I don't mind George Pickens. He's a bit of a shot in the dark to me of when he's going to do well and when he's not. His efficiency saves him, though, Josh Reynolds-esque. On the Rams side of
Trade
things.
Laporta and yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. Bro, that is so nasty. Rocket went by.
La Rocket.
I traded
Yo,
Laporta, bro.
side eye.
Went ahead and got himself Cooper Cup.
Holy cow.
Lord
Oh.
Yeah.
Side eye. Side.
Yes, sir.
Yes, bro.
Yes.
That's super.
sir.
I'm hyped for you, bro. Because he's 1-5 if I'm not mistaken. So that's
Bro,
where you go out and get a stop. I love it, bro. I love it.
Yep.
As much as I love Laporta, and that would break my heart, but you got to do what you got to do, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It hurt.
It was everything I traded Laporta, but he wanted Saquon or what?
Yeah. Nah, you got to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got Saquon, Kenneth Walker, and Cooper Cup.
Whatever else. Because I remember he has a solid. I'm pretty like he has a solid
he has
squad.
A good team, yeah.
I think he has DK and another solid wide receiver. That's why we told him to trade away Olave.
Olave.
Yeah.
That'd be trade big baller.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a triple F move, baby.
That's a triple F.
Wait, what
move
did
right
Side
there.
Eye say? What did he say?
Big triple F.
Big triple F. That's a big triple F move.
That's a big triple F move.
Yes,
right
sir.
there.
I love it, bro. I love it. So for the Rams here, obviously the news is Kyron Williams is out. So is Ronnie Rivers. I like Zach Evans in this matchup. I do think he's startable if you pick them up. If you have those injuries or buys, I don't mind you starting Zach Evans. I know it is kind of a risky situation, murky situation, but I don't mind it. Also, obviously, you're starting Cup, you're starting Nakua. Now, I want to see where the Steelers are solid against tight ends, so I'm not starting Higbee here. Obviously, I'm hoping you can find a better streaming option. I know you're a little bit of a Higbee guy, but going against the number 8 defense against tight end, I think there's always a better option for streaming because Higbee's one of those guys where it's like he's in that second tight end 2 range.
Yeah.
It's like you can find someone better.
Like this week.
Like I like Noah Fant for Seattle this week against Arizona, Musgrave against Denver, Michael Mayer, as we were saying. I like Mayer more than I would Higbee.
Parham.
If you're looking for a touchdown. What else? I like Logan Thomas against the Giants. Darren Waller, obviously. That's not much of a question, though. Pitts, Jonnu Smith, although Tampa Bay is solid. Laporta, Mark Andrews, Freiermuth. Yeah, so that gives you an idea, guys. But
Thanks, fellas. Got the advice from you. Appreciate it. Yeah, man. That's
Yeah.
why we're here. Thanks, bro. Doing God's work.
no, man, God does God's work. Would appreciate that. But the Rams are kind of easy here. There's 4. I think Stafford's a good start. Hopefully, you can have one of those games with 2-3 touchdowns that we've been waiting for. I think it'd be sick to see a game where Kupp, Nakua, and Tutu all get a touchdown. That'd be sick.
That would be
That'd
really
be super cool to
great
see.
on my fantasy team.
Yeah, it would.
Because I'm starting Stafford
Mine too.
in our big league.
Right. So, I'm going with the Rams here. I like them getting back on track. You the same? Against Pittsburgh? Playing at home?
They did look really impressive last week against Arizona. So, yeah, man. I feel like Steelers are going to take a step up.
I do, but I just don't think Pittsburgh's like I think the Rams are underrated. I really do. Like, they've played some really tough teams.
They are. Yeah, I'll go with... I want to go with the Rams, but something's telling me Steelers. I could just be in my head right now, though, and just looking dumb.
We're both in our head. We're both trying to outsmart ourselves and each other.
I know. Man, that guy that had Adams ghosted me for the whole trade I was throwing at him.
I remember he had something good cooked up, too.
Yeah, it was like Mostert.
Oh, that was the Mostert. Yeah.
I think so.
Mostert and... Was it Ridley?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Man. Rams or Steelers?
This is the longest part of the video.
I'm going to roll with the Rams.
Us making our picks. These are some tough games, though.
I mean, I feel like the Steelers are going to get like a pick 6 or 2 on Matt Stafford.
Interesting. Same could be said for Kenny Pickett. Both these defenses are in place, boys, as you can tell. Moving to Arizona at Seattle. Hopefully, I want to see Seattle like really get right. I want to see them have a game that we've been waiting for from Geno. I think Geno's a start. Kenneth Walker's obviously a start. DK's a start. Lockett's a start. As I just said, Noah Fant a little bit under the radar, but I think I really like Noah Fant's talent. They just don't seem to use him as he's supposed to be used. They do deploy a lot of 13 personnel with 3 tight ends, but I like Noah Fant in this situation against a notoriously bad Arizona defense against tight ends. So I would roll the dice on Noah Fant if you're dealing with buys / injuries. I don't mind it, or if you're a tight end streamer.
Yeah.
I think he's an option. Arizona, Seattle has a very, very, very good run defense, so Keontae Ingram and DeMarcado are both out for me. I'm not interested in either of them regardless. I wasn't interested in picking them up when it hit. That's just not an interesting. Going to be dominant this week. I think they're pissed about blowing last week's game. Yeah, I agree, Side-Eye. I would have really liked – I'm low-key a Seattle fan. I don't know why. I like their defense, and I like Geno coming back like that. I would like to see them pull that out. But, yeah, I think they're going to have a steady win here against the Cardinals.
Isn't Murray back?
Ooh. Let me get to it, random kid. Jeez, man. Should have had your own podcast tonight. Yeah, but good point, bro. I actually have Kyler Murray in my IR spot right now, and his 21-day window has been opened up. So that means they have 21 days to activate him to the active roster, or else he's out for the rest of the season. And it sure does sound like that he's rolling back. He's practicing right now. He's designated to return to practice, so that's good. All the reports have been pretty good. So
all that we know right now is within the next 3 weeks he will be playing.
Yes,
in one of the next 3 weeks.
I'm pretty positive he's gonna be. And that's a big boost to Marquise Brown. Marquise Brown has been great.
I think
so
it's a
far.
big boost to Rondell Moore as well.
Yeah, no, I'm really interested because like we've said it all year. This is a really scrappy Arizona team right now, and if they get Kyler Murray, like. I know a lot of people like to crap on Kyler Murray, but like at the end of the day, he's still a top 15 quarterback, no doubt about it.
Yeah,
and he's very dynamic.
The negative game scripts that they see a lot also just plays into that.
And their defense has been doing well, so that's gonna be really interesting to see. I think that's a underrated storyline moving forward. Not that I think Arizona's not that I think Arizona's gonna go out and win 7 straight games or anything, but like I can see them finishing with 5 or 6 wins maybe.
Yeah.
Knock off. They're one of those teams that's gonna like play a team late that's fighting for playoff positioning and knock them off, and something like that.
Probably like the Chargers.
Yeah. So Arizona guys, I guess you can start Marquise. I don't really mind that. Seattle is the worst team against receivers, believe it or not. So I do like Marquise Brown. Rondell Moore could be in play if you're desperate. Don't love it. Don't necessarily hate it. So, Arizona's a tough schedule. Seattle, Baltimore, Cleveland, Atlanta, Houston, the Rams, Pittsburgh, 49ers, Bears, Eagles, Seattle. That might be worse than the Giants, bro.
Yeah, that's bad.
The only game in there is the Bears, yo.
I mean, bad matchups in general, but not too terrible quarterback-wise. Like,
I mean, you got the Browns and the Ravens in there.
Yeah.
And the Falcons are good.
Okay, it's definitely not bad. It's not good.
It's definitely not good.
But as for a quarterback, not.
That's rough.
Yeah, it's just not good. I'm not.
Yeah. So Marquise Brown's the only guy that I'm going to be looking to start. Maybe Zach Ertz if you're looking for it. I also think Trey McBride is not a bad pickup. That could be one of those things where we see McBride take over towards the end of the season. So that'll be something to look out for in your leagues.
Yeah, both of these teams are really bad against tight ends historically.
So Marquise Brown, I'll just leave it at that when talking about Arizona. So where are you leaning with this one? Is it obvious?
Yeah, Seattle.
Yeah, I like to see Seattle. I want to see Seattle in the playoffs, dude. I really do.
This matchup or this division always has the ugliest games, though.
They really do. They really, really do.
I feel like
Murray plus Hollywood sounds pretty damn good because Dobbs ain't cutting it. He's a TikTok edit QB. Chill.
What is that?
I don't know. It's just not good. But I would not disagree. Yeah, Josh Dobbs his magic's kind of running out. He was having a solid season, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Have we covered all these games?
I have a chance to stream Seattle and Ravens defense special teams back-to-back weeks versus Arizona. Should I do it? Yes.
Yeah, I would. I mean, I would definitely advise Seattle's defense against Arizona versus the Ravens versus.
I have Green Bay. This week. I would rather start.
I'd probably start Seattle to be honest.
Yeah.
I just think Seattle's defense is more proven than Green Bay's is.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously the matchup's good against Denver, but I like Seattle's defense more than I do Green Bay's.
Same.
Personally. Get Washington if you can, though, because they play the Giants, but I would actually have no problem with Seattle over. Seattle and Washington are probably the top 2 defenses to play this week.
Yeah.
So, speaking of Green Bay, we're going to move to Mile High Stadium, boys. Green Bay coming into Mile High. I hope Green Bay can get right with this one, get back to 500. Some of the magic we saw earlier in the season with them. Jordan Love, this is certainly a bounce back candidate for this week. He might be my sleeper quarterback. I think this is a good matchup for him. Hopefully he can get right in this one.
Yep.
I would love to see Aaron Jones get back in the lineup. He's still limited at practice. Christian Watson is not on the injury report at practice. So that's good stuff for him. Hopefully him and Dobbs can find a way to coexist, as well as Jaden Reed and Luke Musgrave. So we know this team has a lot of young components that when put together should be pretty good. I just really hope to see it. Aaron Jones is the one guy I really want to see back on this offense. I've loved him for many years. He's probably my second favorite running back to Alvin Kamara. I don't know why I said Kamara. I always say Kamara. I don't know which is correct. I just always say Kamara. But yeah, so I think a lot of these Green Bay players are startable. Obviously depends on your buys. I know there's a lot of buys this week. Off the top of my head, you got CD, Nico Collins, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, all of them on buy. Who else is on buy? Off the top of my head, I can't really think. But yeah, so those guys, I think both Dobbs and Watson are playable. I like Musgrave. I like Jones. I even like A.J. Dillon if Jones does not play, which I have not said much this year. And Green Bay's defense is solid. So the Broncos, why is it all of them are doubled, the names? You see that? Los Angeles Chargers.
Oh. Los Angeles Chargers in Los Angeles.
Just tweaking that. So Denver, I don't really like anything here. Maybe Javonte Williams, just because the Packers have not been great against running backs. So the Packers allow the 4th most points to running backs. So if you have Javonte Williams, this is a great bounce back. Chandler, yo, we got the regulars in here, baby.
Yeah.
Let's go. Aaron Jones hopefully booms.
MVP
He's dropping
cap.
his 20. Yeah, dude. I hope Aaron Jones does well too. I really do. He's probably talking about the Seattle get right on that one. But Broncos guys, the only guy I will say I like Cortland Sutton too. I think I have Cortland Sutton. Haven't started him a single week. Not looking to start him this week either. And he's probably gonna put up his 15 he does weekly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's that. But Green
That's
Bay is a top.
Sutton on the bench.
I know, it is. That's why I gotta make one of those explosive trades and get. What if I just traded and then had some studs and then Rashi and Cortland as my 2 and 3 receiver.
I mean, dude, yeah, you could do Puka and Ayuk, honestly.
Puka Ayuk for something, yeah.
And then you can play Sutton.
Right.
Play
Rashi, and I still have Drake London.
Play Drake London.
And Nico Collins.
Yeah, you can play Nico.
And Rashid!
Yeah. I would just go ahead and trade them too.
Holy cow. Chandler's in an 18-team league. 80% of his team's on bye. Yo. Zeke or Hardy? Hardy plays New England. Okay, yeah, so they play each other.
Oh. Zeke.
I'd have to lean Zeke, man, just because the Bills' defense against the run has not been good this year. And we've seen kind of a close split the past few weeks with him and Ramondre.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, the Bills allow the 12th most points to running backs. So, I mean, I think we touched on them earlier. Yeah, so they've allowed the 5th most yards, only 4 touchdowns, which has helped their case, and allow quite a few receptions. Not that Zeke is a guy that gets, is a PPR guy, but if Zeke gets 2 or 3 receptions, then that boosts his day certainly. I'd have to roll with Zeke on that one, Chandler. That's tough, man. Y'all should.
He's saying that we should do league next year. It's funny you say that. I was actually thinking that earlier in this podcast.
Yo, that'd be sick.
I definitely agree. We should make that happen.
That'd be sick. Fantasy football. And y'all, I'm going to say this right now for you guys watching. You guys are definitely our regulars here. We love having you guys. And, I will say right now, you guys, if you guys are interested in doing that, you guys definitely have a spot in that league.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We could work that out for sure.
We'll probably post about it, try to make it, public or whatever, for, people that watch and stuff. Mm-hmm. Try to get a league going with, minimum of 12 would be ideal.
Right.
But y'all definitely have a spot.
I think 12 would be what we'd aim for.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. 12 seems to be that sweet spot.
12's the best in my opinion.
Same with the Broncos. Wrapping up here, guys.
So I said we down.
Yes, bro.
That'd be hype.
Big triple F league.
Yeah.
Woo, that's so
definitely gotta put a little bit of cash on the line.
Yes.
We can figure that out.
Yeah, obviously figure that out. Yeah. So
listening, I would be down.
Yeah.
Let's go. Okay.
So we already got 5.
That'd be really
We already
fun.
got 5.
Yeah.
Almost got half the league already. So Broncos guys, only guys I'm looking to start is Javonte Williams, Cortland Sutton. I'll wrap that up there. Where are you going with this?
Green Bay.
Okay, same. I thought I might get a little teaser out of you on that.
No, I don't. What? Because you worded it like it was a question?
Yeah, kind of.
Green Bay, bro. I cannot bet on the Broncos right now.
Facts.
Kansas City.
I'll let you introduce this game.
So Chargers at Kansas City. You're playing Herbert. You're playing Mahomes. You're playing Eckler. You're playing Pacheco. You're playing Keenan Allen. You're playing Josh Palmer as a flex if you need to, although I wouldn't advise it. I know you're waiting for me to say Rashee Rice.
Yes. He's in my lineup, boys, if you were wondering. I'm hyped.
Yeah, so.
Jerry Jeudy.
However you want to talk about Rashee Rice. I don't know.
Rashee Rice.
One thing I will say is Chargers defense just seems to give it up to wide receivers to really anyone.
Rashee Rice.
So yeah, if there's a week to play Rashee Rice with like the upside and like this could be the week, because he is on waiver, like, you know, spectacle. I don't even know if that's the right word for like this situation.
He's a hot pickup guy.
He's getting there. Like I feel like if he has one more week, he will be the top.
Oh my gosh, Rashee Rice.
Yeah, because he's a guy that's on the radar, but not exactly like in the middle.
And who was telling y'all since the offseason? That's right. Let me hear it.
Jerry Jeudy.
I have no interest in Jerry Jeudy right now, to be honest, bro.
Bro, did you see his beef with
Steve Smith?
Yeah.
I would not. That's one guy.
I got no interest in sitting here and watching you do nothing,
bro. That's one guy I would not beef with. I'm not beefing with Steve Smith.
Oh
yeah.
heck no. I'm not. Body slam.
No. Yeah.
Deontay Johnson is on waivers, 12-team PPR. Should I add him over Christian Watson? Nah.
CJ Watson.
I would. Chargers winning, guys. I'm sorry. I want to see Herbert.
Oh, doing Mahomes. I'm so angry at him.
Bro, I want to see Herbert.
He wants to see it more than you do, bro. You don't have to say sorry to him.
As you do, but, bro, it just is not happening. I'm
sorry. Chandler, we're not big Watson guys. He's been efficient with his touches, but I think Deontay Johnson's going to be great.
I feel like you could drop someone else.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's your worst. If Christian Watson's your worst player, bro, you're having a hell of a year, I hope.
Mm-hmm. Bro, yeah, okay. I'm going to hold on to that just a random kid and just hope you're right. I'm going to hope you're right.
Yeah. But Rashee Rice, guys, he hasn't even seen the field that much, and he's still their leading receivers and he's leading all Chiefs receivers in targets, catches, yards. The guy is a beast. Like his all of his stats are good. He averages 2.81 yards per route, which is insane. 2 yards is the mark that we look for. Yards per reception, 11. Yards per target, 8.75. I mean, the guy's just been really good. He's averaging 2.25 yards of separation per route, which is very good. He's a speedster, good yards after the catch guy.
My wide receiver and Keenan Allen, Debo, and Evans, and
Jeez Louise, dude.
Wow.
Wow.
So Debo might be playing this week.
I would not start Debo this week, though. Personally.
Evans, I think it's a.
We can only hold 5. I told my friend to put him in. He's just Pickens is going crazy.
Saying Pickens.
Oh, about Deontay Johnson.
Yeah, and we're still talking about that a little bit. I would go ahead and do that. I like Deontay Johnson more than Christian Watson for sure.
Yeah, I would side with that too. Deontay Johnson is a PP. Him and Watson are like literally opposite receivers. Mm-hmm. I like Deontay Johnson though. As I said here earlier, bro, I think Deontay Johnson is going to open up that Steelers offense, provide Kenny Pickett with his safety blanket underneath. Right. I think it's just going to make that offense a lot more efficient, more volume for everyone to go around, more scoring opportunities. So that's how I look at it.
Pickens, dude, they were looking good at the end of last year.
Yeah.
You know, we haven't really seen it this year.
We haven't seen a full offense.
Yeah, we haven't seen the full offense.
Yeah, so I'm done with my Rashee Rice rant. If you guys can't tell, I really like him this week. So Chargers, Chiefs, as Carter said, a lot of these guys are startable. Mm-hmm. I do like Josh Palmer. As good as this KC defense is, I really do like him. I mean, I think enough said, really, dude. I think this is a game. Obviously, the over-under is 48. We're looking at big stuff there. All these guys are starting. I wouldn't really start either of the tight ends for the Chargers. I'll just say that. It's not that important, but yeah, so I'll leave it at that. I think Rashee Rice is a play this week going against a poor Chargers defense. You're going with KC? I'm going to have to roll with it, too. But I just can't. The balance of.
Go ahead, take the Chargers.
The balance of the mean. I just can't see the Chargers being 2-4. That'd be really crazy to me. But it's in Arrowhead, so I don't see the Chiefs losing.
No. I mean, I kind of agree with you. I think you should pick the Chargers.
So you want me to put the Chargers for you?
For you.
But you said you agree.
I agree with the fact that you should pick them.
All right. Next game, which is perceived as the game of the week here. Yo, Philly's favored by 2.5.
The guy who traded Cup wouldn't take Pickens and Olave because you said he doesn't trust Pickett.
Oh, that's kind of odd.
I mean, I guess if you're just looking at straight numbers, like that kind of makes sense. But I think that Pickett will be better.
Yeah.
Giants, Rams, Seattle, Packers, Bears, Ravens. Which do y'all think this week? I've ran Ravens all year, so I just leave them in. I wouldn't play the Giants.
I'd play Seattle. We were just saying that.
Yeah, I think Seattle.
I really like Seattle this week against Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
If Washington's available, I'd recommend them. But yeah, out of those guys, I'd probably rank it. I'd probably say Seattle first, and then the Packers, and then the Ravens, and then the Rams.
Yeah.
I'm not looking to start the Giants
Bears
or the
Giants,
Bears.
nope.
Yeah.
So that's tough, dude. Oh yeah.
But the trade you pulled off, bro, is still a monster trade.
Getting Cooper Kupp in any capacity for anything is borderline.
Right.
Insane. So.
Right. So Sunday night game, guys, Dolphins, Eagles. I'm surprised Philly's favored in this one personally. Obviously Tua is having a MVP caliber season.
Yep.
Looking really, really, really solid. And Tyreek Hill's obviously on pace for I think he's on pace for 2,300 yards.
He is, yep.
That's crazy. And then we saw the return of Jalen Waddle last week, which is very good for this offense, very good for this team, very good for you guys that are Jalen Waddle owners. You said what?
Like they needed it.
Yeah, right. With Deontay Johnson coming back and the iffiness, I guess, with Pickett, it's swaying people's opinions on Pickens. Yeah. Yeah, I guess. I get it. I think they coexist, though, because they complement each other as receivers so well.
I agree with that, too. I mean, I get it. Pickens won't be the wide receiver 1 anymore, but I don't think he's going to take too much of a hit.
I just think it makes him that much better, to be honest. I don't think Pickens' production will go down. I really don't.
Yeah. If it does, just a little bit.
Yeah. So,
dude, Dolphins Eagles, I didn't even know. That's a great Sunday night game.
That's a monster game. The Alabama quarterbacks get to face each other for the first time. That's interesting. Obviously, whether you guys think Hurts is claimed by Oklahoma or Alabama, I'm not really concerned about that. He's Oklahoma. That's where he was a beast at, really. But anyways, guys, I like starting a lot of these players. So, are you starting Mostert this week against the Eagles, Steve? Run defense?
Yeah.
Okay. I just had to ask. Yeah. What do you think, man?
Yeah. No, yeah. You had to start Mostert.
Yeah,
for sure.
So moving to the Eagles, I see just a random kid brought up something I would like to talk. Bro, he should have ran his own podcast tonight. Just a random kid. I hope you're hearing this, man. You and I are right here the whole time, man, and you're stealing all my thunder in the chat. You're ruining my talking points. Nah, but it's props to him, dude, because he's kicking it in the ass. I'll say that much. Okay. It's a good thing. It's just
gotcha.
He's stealing my thunder.
Gotcha.
So Jalen Hurts, he needs a bounce back week. He's done well on the ground, but only 7 passing touchdowns to 7 interceptions. Not what we saw out of him last. What do you say? Mostert is must start.
Mostert, bro.
Must start. Raheem must start.
Raheem must start.
As Carter likes to say.
Now I think about it, though, now that you planted that seed of doubt in my mind, I mean, I feel like JT could be a start over Mostert. But
I don't mind it. Well, JT plays Cleveland, though, so he'd probably ride the hot hand, yeah.
Must start Mostert.
Yeah.
RB2 on the season.
So just random kid said, Devontae's sleeping on my bench for a while. Brought another wide receiver, man. Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't think Julio's a threat right now, man. I mean, and I think Devontae's one of those guys where, like, in a game like this where it's going to be so high scoring, this is the one game I would not sit him, even though it has not been pretty recently. Like, this is the type of game where we see Waddle, Tyreek, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith both go crazy. Like, all 4 of them go crazy. Yeah. So I think if there's one game where you predict him to come back, it's this game.
Yep.
It was just a random kid, the guy with crazy receivers.
Yeah. He just got caught.
Yeah. So, or no,
no,
side I got. Yeah, just random kids. Send your receivers in again, bro. We could be tripping, but I'm interested to hear who you got.
Julio Jones is so long in the tooth. I thought dude retired. Yeah.
Facts.
Why did they even get Julio Jones,
I don't know.
Bro?
I like Goddard this week. I think he's gonna keep picking up. I'm not starting either of these defenses. That's for sure. I'd stay away from that. Although, I mean, Philly has a nasty pass rush. If they can get to Tua, that's going to change this game a lot.
Good luck.
But yeah, good luck with that when you got Tyreek and Jalen Waddle sprinting 4 yards down the field in about 2 seconds.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously not literally, but, you know.
Basically.
So, yeah, guys, obviously you can tell we're thrilled from a fantasy perspective about this game. I think I'm predicting where all 4 of these receivers will have wide receiver 2 or better finishes.
Wow.
Like on the week.
Wow.
Like, I think they're all top 24 receivers for the week.
Wow. Bold.
I think I'm gonna keep this bold take up. I think we see 3 of the 4 of them score touchdowns. I think there's 3 touchdowns between the 4 of them.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm gonna roll with that. That's
Okay.
my super bold prediction of the week.
I'd like to see Tyreek get a multi-touchdown week, because he just gets 1 every week.
Right.
But he needs 2.
So, big question here.
Who do I take?
Where are you going? Because, in all honesty, if you want to skip this and go to the Monday night game and then come back to our picks.
Well, Monday night's obvious.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. If you want to review the Monday night game real quick and then come back to this.
Vikings. No. I'm going 49ers.
All right.
On the Monday night. But no. I'm just going to ride with. Oh. So here's the thing. I feel like Dolphins have only really been tested once.
What, against
the
Chargers?
Bills.
Oh, against the Bills, right. And
I
then
guess against the Chargers, too.
So-
They should have lost that game.
Just random kid has Chase on by, Collins on by, Myers and Nakua. So, yeah, I mean, I forget who your running backs are, bro, but I have no issue with you starting Devontae Smith. I think he's a very strong play this week.
Yeah, dude. I mean, Devontae Smith for sure.
Send your running backs real quick, too, if you don't mind.
Like, they brought in Julio Jones, but
Julio's not a threat, too.
yeah, he's not a threat
No.
this week at all.
No.
Like, I don't see him getting any more than 5 snaps max. Like, if he plays.
Yeah, he might hit double-digit snaps, but yeah, it's probably a question if he even plays, just
does
because
he even
it's
know
just,
the playbook?
yeah, it's his first week in.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I agree. But
It's just the name.
Dolphins,
scary.
Eagles. It's a hard one. I might just go opposite on you just for the sake of it.
Ooh, okay. That's an odd strategy there. So you're trying to gain a lead on me.
Nah, I just think it's
You just think I'm gonna pick wrong.
this is no, I don't know. It's just 50-50 as it
Well, it's
gets.
one of those. Okay.
Billie Jean.
Dolphins or Eagles, guys?
All I'm saying is another one.
I'm picking the first response. Dolphins or Eagles?
Dolphins, Eagles, guys. What y'all think? Carter needs help. He's phoning a friend.
Yep.
He's phoning the chat. As I
James
said,
Cook, Brees Hall on bye, Mostert, Eckler, and possibly Aaron's for Colin.
Aaron Jones.
Okay.
So, James Cook, Mostert, and Eckler. I guess it is kind of hard to find.
You gotta start Mostert, gotta start Eckler.
So, who are you?
Eagles. So I'm going Eagles.
Okay. Who are you starting between Cook and Devontae? James Cook plays New England.
Between James Cook and Devontae. James Cook. And Devontae Smith?
Yeah.
Oh, no. I'm going Devontae Smith.
Okay. I'd probably go with that.
Man.
Yeah.
Well, James Cook.
I'd probably say Mostert, Eckler, and then Nakua, Myers. That's hard, bro.
So, okay.
I really want to lean
now I
Devontae
get what's
Smith
going on
here.
here. I just blacked out for a second. So, you're starting Nakua for sure. You're starting
Nakua
Jacoby
and
Myers for sure.
I feel like you have to start Devontae, though.
So if you can get Aaron Jones, I still probably wouldn't play him this week over Eckler or Mostert. So then,
Personally, bro?
James Cook or Devontae Smith.
So, I'm going to say this, just a random kid. I personally don't think you should make that Collins trade looking at your team. I think you should package,
Yeah.
like, Nakua or Collins, because I have both of them, too. I think you should package Nakua and Collins with one of your running backs not named Eckler for either a receiver. I'd probably say go for a running back. So I'd probably trade like Nakua and Mostert. For a beast at running back, because then you'd still have Chase, Collins, Myers, and Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
And then you'd still have Eckler, James Cook, Breece Hall, and whoever you get. So I'd swing for the fences with that. I'd probably try to trade like Mostert and Nakua or Mostert and Collins for like Bijan Robinson or something like that.
DeAndre Swift.
Something like that. Yeah. I would not make that trade, but it's hard for me to say that you shouldn't have Devontae in your lineup, but you have a lot of good options, bro. So
yeah, James Cook and Devontae, for me, I think that's your choice.
Yeah.
But
I tend
to lean the wide receiver.
I gotta tell you, Devontae Smith, off of everything I just said, I can't really go against myself.
Right. What's your guys' pick'em records this season overall?
Oh.
We don't need to get in.
Oh, side eye. I'm glad you asked. So Carter is 58-35 on the season. Max is 61-32. So I am 3 games up on Carter. We've both been pretty good. Carter actually had, I want to highlight.
I had a 13-3 week.
Carter's week 4. He had a 13-3 week, dude. So monster week out of him. My worst week was 8-6, but every other week I've been 10-5 or better. So consistency is the name of the game. I'm almost 66% on my picks for the year. But Carter's not that far behind.
What am I? 30. How do you do percentages again?
Do 58 plus 35. And then 58 divided by 93.
Okay, there we go. It's been a while since I've been in school. 62%.
Yeah, so you're only like 4% behind me. So just from Kenneth said like Walker. So I'm a big Kenneth Walker guy.
I am too, but Mostert and
yeah, I don't think I would give up Mostert and maybe Mostert and Myers.
Yeah, definitely don't do Mostert and Nakua.
Yeah, don't do one of your better receivers.
I'm thinking Mostert and Nakua though for like
Bijan. That's what I would say.
Bijan. I like DeAndre Swift, but yeah, I mean anyone in that range.
I like Mostert and Myers for Walker though. I think Kenneth Walker's a beast. But I don't know. I think that's kind of a lateral move in all honesty. I think if you're going to trade Mostert and one of your receivers, I think you got to go for like – I mean, I know Walker is a top guy, but like – so one of those guys that's going to even themselves out, like Tony Pollard comes to mind, Bijan Robinson, you have Breece Hall. Maybe McCaffrey while he's hurt, if the CMC owner's kind of down. I don't mind that at all. Who else? Maybe Kyron Williams while he's hurt. Because you have depth, so like you can sacrifice that.
Maybe even David
Monty.
See, I like DeAndre
Carter's.
Swift. I wouldn't trade both of them for David Montgomery. Let's make that clear. But
yeah. So all right, let's finish up with this Niners-Vikings game. Oh, I gotta make my pick. Who are you going with? The Eagles?
Yeah, I went with the Eagles.
Camera went out.
Do we add Julio in an 18-team league? Oh, well.
I guess an 18-team league.
Oh.
Is our camera out?
Shouldn't be. Oh, man. Yeah, it's out. All right, sorry, guys. Let me work my techno wizardry. Camera died. Guys, I'm a wizard with this. So.
Ooh, are we back?
Yeah, we're back.
Yeah. Thanks for letting us know, guys. Jeez,
Yeah.
that would have been awful. I hope that wasn't that long.
Yeah, facts. Do we add Julio in an 18-team league, LOL? I mean, 18-team.
I get 18-team league. Like, you kind of have to, I guess.
I would add Mikol.
Yeah, if he's not
Instead
already
of Julio.
added. But, yeah, I agree.
Mikol just got picked up by the Chiefs. I don't think we highlighted
Our friend is
that.
Hall of Fame hater. He has Swift. The camera's having issues, by the way. Appreciate that.
Someone added Julio in a 10-team LOL.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's just his name. That's it.
So the guy for Swift rejected you. So, bro, as I said, I go for Bijan or Tony Pollard, maybe Austin Eckler or something like that. Because Eckler had a bad week coming off his first week back, so off of injury. So I like that. Or buying low on one of those injured guys, such as Kyron Williams, or
he has Eckler already.
he doesn't. Jeez, dude. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe just stand pat.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, your team has depth and really good players
I'm gonna
for
go.
like
With,
replacements.
I'm gonna go with Miami. You're going with Philly, right?
Yep.
I'm going with Miami on this.
Nice.
So to preview this Niners-Vikings game and get out of here, guys. I like Brock Purdy. I like Ayuk. Debo, if he plays, you can play him. I like Debo this year. It's just I want to see him healthy. But I do like Debo. I like Ayuk a lot. He's been Purdy's number one guy week in and week out, undoubtedly. I like Kittle here on a bounce back week. Had a very poor week last week against Cleveland. And obviously the Niners like you can start anyone with the Niners next to him pretty much. Okay, I'm totally overlooking this. What do you think about this running back situation? Because Shanahan did come out and say that like Elijah Mitchell's kind of like the guy.
Yeah. As I've said,
Because
like,
you were an Elijah Mitchell guy
right
last night when we talked about it.
He's just like he's the guy that's been there for so
Yeah,
long.
I agree. He's
And
the vet there.
He's good. So, yeah, if you have Elijah Mitchell, I think you can play him.
Okay.
Running back landscape is a little bit iffy this week.
Certainly
Lots of
is.
buys. Lots of injuries.
Yeah.
So I would play him over Craig Reynolds now. I think he's probably the best waiver wire play.
Besides Rashi Rice.
Yeah, sure. Maybe one of the defenses, but that's getting into the weeds, really.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like
Elijah Mitchell. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I kind of lean that way with hearing that Shanahan said that. So,
Mm-hmm.
although I think Jordan Mason's a talented player, but that solves the only question in this one. Vikings, I guess I don't even know. Would you play Kirk Cousins? I don't think I would.
No.
I'd be hoping you have a better option versus Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, no, he's not.
Bijan, the guy, CeeDee Lamb and Amon-Ra, maybe he'll take it. I don't know. Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb and Amon-Ra. So if you're gonna have to give him someone like Nakua.
Yeah.
So
I just keep shopping around, bro, because like anything you get, I guess can't really be bad just because you have so much solid depth.
Yeah.
I just keep looking around, bro.
Mm-hmm.
For the Vikings though, I say you're starting Jordan Addison, even though it's gonna be a tough matchup. You're starting TJ. I'm sitting Alexander Madison this week. What else we got? I mean, I'm not super high on the Vikings right now. I think Kirk Cousins is a sit. Madison is a sit. I'm starting Hawkinson. I'm starting Jordan Addison. So that's where I lean on those. Obviously, you're sitting that defense too. So, and then we're both going with the Niners on that. So, agree with you, side eye. Yeah, I don't like Kirk Cousins this week. I think Gina, I think all of us in here collectively agree that stream died again.
No, it didn't.
Chandler, you behind, bro? You see me moving? You see me wobbling my way around right now?
Did it? We should be good.
We'll figure out soon enough.
Yeah. Hopefully he just paused or something. Yeah, no, he's not interested. Okay. I'd play Gino over Kirk. Yep, same.
Yeah, you have my approval, side eye. So all right, that we're through on our preview.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Don't play J. Jeff this week.
get him out of your lineup ASAP.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean that wraps up everything, guys. Thank you, you three. We had just you three tonight, but appreciate you guys. You guys are dedicated. Have been showing us a lot of support and love. Great idea on the fantasy league.
Yeah.
That's exciting. That's really cool to me.
That will happen.
Yeah. No, that's exciting to me.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, guys. I mean, that wraps up everything. We'll be here on Friday night for our sleepers, bust, and locks of the week.
Best part.
Yeah, Chandler might be a little behind. Cool. So Side says we're good.
Okay.
Yeah, but sleepers, bust, locks, guys, seems to be your guys' favorites. I mean, we like doing it too, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And we might talk about some news that's going on, so on and so forth, that sort of stuff. So that's what we got.
Yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. I think all you guys probably have. If you're watching this a little bit late, maybe like Chandler, usually we live at like a last 10 seconds for questions. Final, questions, thoughts, whatever. So I guess we'll just start that timer now.
I'll say tell your league mates it's not. And that's up to you. We want more support, but best kept secret. You want to win your league, so.
Another banger stream, Triple F. Thank you, Side-Eye.
Big Triple F.
Yeah.
That shit was tough when he said that. So, all right. I'll give y'all a countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Last question.
3, 2, 1. No more questions. All right, guys.
Cool, guys. Thank you for hanging out.
Thank you.
And we will see you on Friday.
See you on Friday night, boys. Giving you some of our favorites for the week.
Yep. If you're at the bar, you can just watch us.
Yeah. Wait. Chandler said wait. What's up, Chandler?
I'm trying.
I'm typing.
Nah,
you're good, bro. You're good. We're here. You saved yourself.
This is going to be some troll comment.
Don't waste my time, Chandler.
Come on, W stream.
Yeah, no, we're gonna wait. We're for the people.
W stream.
Rice gonna get. Bro, me and yes, bro, yes. And he just started watching football, right, or something like that.
Yeah,
bro. Now you got a wealth of knowledge up there, bro.
He knows his stuff. Probably just a smart guy.
Yeah, you must be just a very intuitive, smart, charismatic guy. Over under Kamara 30.5 receiving yards.
Oh.
Playing Jack. Okay, well, hold on. Let me pull up some stats. Carter is your betting man. I will say that much.
I've given it up recently. I'm trying.
Let's see.
Bro, looking at FanDuel earlier, I started to get the urge. Seeing the layout.
So Jacksonville allows the 7th most receiving yards to running backs this season, the 3rd most targets, and the 3rd most receptions. They've allowed a low amount of red zone targets.
I'll go over there. Give you my thought. I think over.
The stats that I just wrote off to you, Chandler, I hope that helps. Obviously, as I just stated, Jacksonville has let up a lot of receiving work to running backs, so that would make me lean to over, considering Kamara is a receiving running back.
Mm-hmm.
So I would submit my answer as the over. I'm not a betting guy. I don't encourage it. I don't enjoy it. But that's my answer.
Over for sure.
So, and then Side-Eye, yes, enjoy your final week. You might regret it.
That's Laporta.
But all right, guys, we're wrapping up here. We are out. Big Triple F. We'll see you guys on Friday.